Hello guys, in this video we are going to see how to make a stadium in Rhino 3D. So this is the stadium we are going to make it. So it's like long string stadium. So this is a stadium. So actually we are going to make the facade of the stadium. This is the main stadium, University Sports Center. We are going to make the facade of the stadium. It's like the segment, the facade which they made. So, and before we going into video, this is our page, which is called Parametrics 3DX. And this page is consists full of our works on parametric architecture, and we also give some latest informations about parametric architecture, and also we also post workshops, everything. So I'm just minimizing. Let's go into the video. So I'm just maximizing the perspective tab by double clicking it. So I'm using units, but I'm just typing units in command prompt to set the units. So before we work in any software, we should always set the units, or we should always check the units. So I'm just keeping it in meters, and I'm just proceeding with the model. So I'm using polygon. So polygon is like so in this I'm using number of sides to be 20. So I need a 20-sided polygon. So I'm just placing the polygon at the center, that is 0, 0. Before I'm keeping the size as 20 and the mode as I'm just keeping it circumscribed, because I need a circumscribed polygon for this model. So now I got a 20-sided polygon. So if you want to change the number of sides, you can click in number side and change the 20. So I'm using scale 1D command, so to get a extended polygon on one side. So scale 1D is a command which will scale in only one axis. So I'm using line. So I'm just drawing a line so that I could scale with the polygon with a reference point. So I need a reference point to scale. So I'm using scale 1D. So I can pick the scale 1D option from this icon also, or else you can type it and take the command. So it's based on your comfort. So I'm just extending the polygon on one axis as of its model. So now I got the polygon. Now I'm going to use offset command. Actually I need an offset value, so I'm just changing the distance by pressing the distance tab in the offset command, and now I'm giving an exact distance. So whatever value I'm giving in this video are just like proportional, not a perfect value, because I need a proportional model. So if you want, you can give an exact value. So I used to give a proportional value. So I'm just checking whether which value will be perfect for my model by placing it. So I'm giving 15. Well, I'm just looking how the 15 will be. So I'm just having a preview of the 15 value. Okay, this one is not bad. So I'm just using line command and joining these endpoints of the polygon. So it just creates a pattern. So like this segment which I showed before, it was there in the model. So I want to create this segment. So I need to split it according to a segment by using this line command. So you can see the entire model as the diamond segment. So I need to split it. So I'm just splitting it by using this line command. So be careful while placing the line, because it may place little bit near or far. So we should place exactly at the edge of the two lines joins. So I'm just selecting it and trimming other part than this segment. So it's like the model is like symmetrical. So if I do one part, I can literally do mirror. I can use mirror command and get the other 4 parts. Okay, so that's the reason why I just deleted all the other stuff. So I'm using polyline, and I'm like creating another pattern that is from the start, mid, start. So it's like creating a triangular pattern inside a polygon, inside that segment which we separated before using the line command. So it's like I'm just creating a pattern. So this model is done with the technique of like paper folding, so like origami. So I'll just show you what is an origami technique. It's like I just show you how the origami technique really helpful to make this model at last. So then only you can understand how the origami works here. So I'm using line perpendicular command now. So it will create a perpendicular line for the line which you place. So it's a useful command. If you want, you can take the command out, because you are going to use this command it's like more in this model. So it's based on your comfort. Okay, so I'm just drawing a perpendicular line on the triangular corner. So just be sure that whether it's perpendicular. So that's the reason I just took this command. So I'm just giving a value of 30. So as I said before, this is a value, so you can keep a line perpendicular, then we should place the line at the exact point corner of the triangle. Okay, so every time I cannot just take the icon, take the command from the command box. So I'm just dragging the line over toolbar so that I could access the command very easily. So I'm just doing this for the entire triangular pattern. So our ultimate goal is to create a pattern and just making the pattern into a 3D model. That's our ultimate goal. So now I'm going to use polyline again, and now I'm going to draw a triangular pattern again, which is the same way which I did for the previous one. So now I'm going to draw a triangular pattern. So if you zoom in, the pattern which I drawn is not exactly pink. So don't do this mistake, because please be careful while placing the point, because this will create a huge mess at last. So my kind of like my type is just to create a perfect wireframe and just turning into a wireframe to model. So that's my technique of modeling. So if you get a perfect wireframe, the model will be so perfect. If you do any mistake in the wireframe, then the model will be get messy. So I'm using polyline again, then I'm just joining the edges of the triangle with the polyline, so it creates a pattern. So now I'm using a line command, and I'm just joining to the perpendicular to the line. Don't join to the mid. I want the line, just join the line to perpendicular. So whatever join line we are joining is like literally in this model it's like we use to perpendicular. We don't go for mid or any other options. So the line should be perpendicular, because the perpendicular and mid has little bit of variation of distance. Okay, so be careful while placing it. So I'm just placing the line to perpendicular. So if you cannot see this perpendicular, just go below. There is a ortho option, O snap option. Just turn on the O snap option. Okay, so I'm using line perpendicular from curves command, line command again. So as I said before, we are going to use this command more and more in this model. So only I just dropped. So I want like this segment, so only I'm just splitting, and so I'm like making a unfold version of the stadium. It's like I'm just making an unfold version of the stadium. So just imagine if the stadium, the pattern was unfold and placed in a flat surface, then it would be like this. So I'm just giving a value of 15. Okay, so the first one was 30 and this one was 15, just off of the value. So I'm using polyline again. I'm just creating another triangular pattern with this 15 value. So the triangle which I was created is around 30 and this one is 50, just like off the. So it's like the pattern is like first a normal triangle as large one, then a medium one, sorry, a small one. So So now I'm using polyline again. I'm joining all the corners of the triangle. And I'm using polyline again so that I could extend this point and join like this. So I'm using polyline again for this and I'm joining in this axis. So I'm just snapping it. So it's like when you join a perpendicular line, it will meet. So I'm just joining like that and using join command. So now I'm going to use line command and join these lines that is perpendicular. I'm just saying because if you do a mistake in this, then the model will be messy. Then you should repeat the technique from the first. I'm just giving a warning, okay? So I'm just using offset. So I'm using polyline command again. So I'm just creating another triangle with a point which I used for offset lines with that distance, okay? So I'm using line. So you can, in this point, you can extend the lines or else you can you can use line command to join them. So it's up to your wish, okay? So I'm using line command to extend it. So at last we got the pattern which we required. So I'm just selecting the pattern and using curve boolean. So it's like curve boolean is a command where you can select the interior part and it gives a joint line of the interior which you select, okay? It's really useful. So I'm just selecting the interior of the curve. So in this a combined region should be in no. So I'm just changing it. So I'm just selecting the interior. So you could see the interior part has been selecting. So because we drawn everything in a single line, okay, then we should join everything, but then also we don't get an exact triangle joining. So with this command we get a segment joining. So it's like everything will be joined into a different segment. So when you get at last you can select each triangle which we created into a single segment. So that's the usage of this command. So it's very useful to create surface like this. Okay, I just selected and I'm just dragging. So I'm just dragging the output and I'm using planar surface command and I'm just dragging the lines aside and dragging the line aside. So I'm selecting the 70 surface which I created through planar surface. Now I'm using mesh command. Should be in fewer polygon and just press OK. Then I'm just dragging the planar surface, okay, not the mesh which I created. I need the mesh. I'm just dragging the planar surface which was created. So for creating mesh, we need to follow these steps for perfect mesh. So I got the perfect mesh. So I'm just selecting it and using. Now select the lines in between lines. You can use shift control for interselections if you did not get that option, because I used to change it to my default, okay? So and I'm changing it to wireframe so that I could select the points and lines easily. If I do it in shader, it's really tough to select, man. So I just changing it to wireframes, which will be easy. So I'm just selecting the topper points. So be careful and see my selections. Just do this selection and I'll lift it up with the help of gumball. The center icon is set to be a gumball. So I'm just lifting it up. So now I'm keeping it shader mode, so you can see. So before I said no, we are going to do unfold. We are going to do an unfold version. Then we are going to fold it. So we are now folding it. So it's like now I'm keeping it on wireframe. I'm just selecting the center part. I'm just selecting the lines and the points at the center. So be careful with my selection, or else you can try some other selection, some other pattern. So it will give you another kind of pattern also. This is just a technique, okay? So if you want the model as like I did, so you should do this one. Also, if you want anything, some creative things, you can do this also by your own. You can vary the selection, you can try something different. It will give you a different result. So I'm just lifting up with the help of gumball. So I'm just again selecting the center point of this sides and the points. I don't select the control points on the top and bottom. I'm just selecting the control points at the center. So after the selection is done, I'm just lifting it up with the help of gumball. So now I'm going to just select the center of the junctions. So I'm just selecting the center part. I'm just selecting the center. So I'm just lifting it up. So it's the pattern, I'm just trying to get the pattern which was in the stadium. So if you want to try something different, you can try something different also. So I'm like keeping in shader mode. I'm just checking whether the pattern is coming exactly what is there in the model. So we used to check, like we should change the modes like shaded, so that we used to check whether it's coming or not. We can't judge anything with a 2D wireframe, right? Wireframe is like you can edit in it, but you can't judge anything with this wireframe because the surface may create a mess at sometimes. So we have to check every time when you make a move in wireframe. So I'm just selecting the center corner. I'm just raising a little bit up to get the perfect shape. So I'm just copying that line for my reference purpose. So I'm going to draw a vertical line. So I'm just using a line command, then selecting the vertical option. Then I'm using vertical line. So I'm just drawing a perpendicular to the line which I drawn vertically. So I'm just trimming it using trim command. So now I'm copying the line which I drawn before. So this is a line so that I could make it for my folding. I could use it for my folding as a reference line because I need to draw, or else you can draw a new line with the same pattern. So this is just a line which I drawn before. So just turn the control points on. I'm using I'm just dragging it and placing it the center. So it's a mess, man. So I'm just undoing by using control Z. I'm just doing it again. Yeah, I got it. So I'm just selecting that. I'm placing it on the line which I brought for the reference purpose. So I'm just placing it. So I should do this for every steps. So here is the mess. I think so I didn't join the lines not to the perfect, so you will get a mess like this. But this is not a bigger mess. But if you don't do the wireframe in proper manner, you will get more than this. This is just 0.1%. You can see this is not a big mess. I'm just selecting it. So see, the point is not being in the center. Just I need to select this and just move it at the point where I need. Please turn on the control points. So I'm just selecting the control points. So I'm just moving the control points. So I'm just moving the control points to the edge. So I'm just doing this to there again. So I'm just changing it to shaded mode. So I'm just dragging it down so that my reference I need the same line for again as a reference at the down value, so that I could just make this triangle to be at the bottom. So I'm just selecting the point and placing it in the line, so it will be like a bottom. It will be like placed at the mid, so you will get a like bottom. So I say as I said before, like unfolding a paper, like folding and unfolding, like the same way. I'm just placing it. So I'm just selecting this and placing at the mid. Perpendicular. So I'm just doing this again. I'm just placing at the perpendicular. So when I keep it in shaded mode, you can see the shade which I need. I'm just exploring it before, because we used to join before. So I'm just exploring it. So we got the pattern for finally. I'm just unselecting the one at the center for mirror purpose. So I'm selecting all the thing which I mirrored. So now I'm just unselecting by pressing shift the center one, so that the center one need not to be mirrored, because it's an odd number, right? So I'm just using mirror command. So we got the stadium facade. See, finally we got the stadium facade. So this is the facade we are planning to, and we got it simple technique by using a clear wireframe and just unfolding it. So it's like simple technique. So just say your comments about this video. There are a lot of videos are going to be posted in this channel. on our like many tutorials based on Rhino and Grasshopper. Stay tuned, and if you want any other software also, you can ask in the comment section. So if you get many requests, like if I get many requests on a particular software, definitely I'll post tutorial for that also. And I'm also planning to post a tutorial from the basic for Rhino. Okay, so thanks for watching the video. Share to your friends, it may be useful for them. And stay tuned and watch more videos in our YouTube channel. Okay, thank you, have a nice day, tada, bye bye.